Live for the Vines, Gary Ivins, a.k.a. Big Nasty, joining us tonight. Texas Football Show, Round 1 playoffs. It is football time, and it is November, so that means it's playoff time. And that can mean a lot for some. It could be good and bad. It could be good for some and bad for others, but it's a good thing to be a Lucky Panther because we in the playoffs, baby.
Well, there's 64 teams that are still playing football, and there's a bunch that are not. So whenever that's happening, it's always a good time.
And you ain't lying about that. It's one of those things that, it's normal for some, but it's not normal for a lot. I did a show Sunday with some guys from the DFW area. Sean Clinch joined. Matt Stepp was in there. And I forgot all the teams we were going through. They knew a lot of those DFW teams better than I did, and a lot of those South Texas teams. But there's so many teams that are making the playoffs for the first time in a long time this year, especially out of that DISD district.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm just happy to be there. I would be happier if we had this first one at home. But, it is what it is. We ended on a good route, and, that's 3 weeks in a row. The offense has been on point. They made Javion run the football Friday night, and if that can carry on in for the next 2 or 3 weeks, there's no telling how far we can go.
Man, you're very true. You're very right on that. We looked really, really good offensively Friday night and defensively. One thing that stood out the most to me was how fast we came out and scored again. We made that a big emphasis and Beaumont the week before, and then you get to do the same thing at home, to finish a district playoff, and that's going to be key for us, getting out, scoring early, and keeping the momentum going.
Yep, 400 yards offense again, but you got to factor in we had 147 yards and 2 different kickoff returns, so. That's what kept us under the third straight week of being right at 500 yards. But, again, I hung a 52 spot. Got a lot of kids got in the end zone. Wallace with the touchdown of the kickoff return. JV had a couple of runs. Waters got in there. Coleman, all the great seniors, or a lot of them anyway, took the rock that were able to score a touchdown in the final home game at A. Martin Stadium. That's good.
That was huge. And, I had told Coach, I had said the week before to Coach Abseg that I thought we looked very good on kickoff, and he said that they missed a lot of big key assignments, but it's one of those things that they've been working on all year and everything, and we finally just bust one open, and that's something that we didn't struggle in the past. You kick it to Kevo Taylor, you never know what's going to happen. He's going to put you in good field position and definitely have a chance to run that kick back, and to see Devon break loose on one and take it to the house was huge.
Yep, no doubt about that. And just continue to run and kept the foot down in the second half for again another week. So you got to like that. And the defense, once again, I don't know what they put in the water over there on that defensive side, but it started back in August, and once again 150 total yards. 175 for the night. Just unbelievable. The way they were going after it, and there was 7 3-and-outs of their 11 possessions. So that was just complete domination up front.
Hey, Trey, real quick, if you got a chance, will you go update our Twitter to verified?
You mean we're verified now?
He's on mute.
The new phone got me locked out. I can't remember the login.
Tell Cooper Knight if you're watching, please send that login to Trey Hensley. But back to the fact.
You boys are over your head in technology again, or what?
No, StreamYard came up with an update, and they're doing some portrait deal now. And if you look at our Instagram, we're in portrait mode, and none of us know how to fix it. Oh, I think I do know how to fix it, actually.
Nope.
Yeah, I do. It's right here. I just, that's that good thinking and that good brain of mine, I got.
The good thing you boys are cute.
But, Coach Absek, said a lot of good things Monday night on y'all's show and talked about, a lot of key things that we did. And, you just mentioned one of the big things. Our defense has played phenomenal all year. I don't think we could go back and, just really pick out a game where, we really struggled defensively. And that's just huge because one thing that people know for sure in the playoffs, you got to have a strong defense. Defense wins a lot of games in the playoffs, and special teams does too. And that's something that we're improving on every week.
Yeah, you got to go all the way back to Barbers Hill. I know the score was 30-0 against Port Arthur, but the defense hasn't given up more than 23 points all the way back to Barbers Hill, and that had a couple of turnovers laden in that one as well. So if we limit anyone to 23, 21 points, I feel comfortable we're going to win the football game. I don't care what round it's in.
Oh, yeah, you're 100% right there. And, a lot of things that stick out about us offensively, we have a lot of guys that are involved that can make a play. You go to the backfield, you have Waters, you have Taylor, you have Coleman, you have Joker. And then you go out wide, you got Barazes, Bailey, Devon, Burse, Fitzgerald. There's just so many guys that are involved in this offense. And that's going to be key going in this playoff run because, you got to pick your poison with us.
Yeah, no, it's last year was focus in, stop Kivo, and a lot of times it's like that. But there's not that one guy. However, we also don't have that one guy that can bust you over the top, and I think that's led to some of the struggles this year, especially in the early going. But Wallace is starting to be that guy, and hopefully here, again, I don't think we're expecting a big struggle Saturday. Anyway, we're hoping we don't. But next week, it's going to get tough slaying next week, and we're going to play some big time football.
Yeah, you get two really good teams, either Pflugerville Weiss or LaPorte. Shout out to the head coach at Pflugerville Weiss, my guy Malcolm Hill. It's his birthday today. I think he's 25 today, maybe. But he's preparing for a big game this week. And, those are two good football teams that are very different from each other. If you look at LaPorte, they're a very run-first team. They like to run heavy powers. And they get in that wing T funky offense, and it's going to be hard for a lot of teams to stop that if you don't have a good front four. And then you go to White's, a team that can throw, they can hit you over the top. They have a good run game. They play a very fast, high tempo football game. So, two good teams will be facing on Friday. So, waking up Saturday, we'll know for a fact who we got to go play. And I think that's going to be, a big game. You got to get through week one first. You got to go beat this team. And, like we always say, any teams, day to lose can come. So you got to be prepared, and it's the playoffs. Everybody's got a chip on their shoulder. Nobody wants to go home, and we definitely don't want to be a team to go home this early.
Well, I'm a one bridge at a time guy. So who are we playing? Waldrop or something?
I couldn't tell you, buds. Westbury.
Got to cross that bridge Saturday, and then I'll pay. Westbury, is that what it is?
Yes, I believe it's Westbury.
Trey, who's the starting quarterback?
He's been watching that. You watched that film on him?
I was watching that our film from practice. That's why I was asking.
You was watching practice film.
Well, that's all they had uploaded. That's all I was watching.
Impressive.
You didn't know Trey was a coach?
Man, I don't need to hear about the labor pains. Just show me the baby.
He works on. He's a mechanic. He's a football coach. He sells insurance. He plays professional golf. There's not much Trey Inslee can't do.
Gear shafts.
Drive shafts.
Drive shafts. My bad. I don't even know what that is.
But
we'll be verified. Oh, maybe it already did it. I said it was under review. Let's see.
We're back verified. Thank you for doing that. Just let us know how much. How much is Twitter verified?
Before we jump into the playoff bracket, who is your offensive and defensive regular season MVP?
For Lufkin?
Well, who else?
I'm going to go Kenny Waters and Desmond Hood.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably 3 for 3 across the board there.
If you want to go with a runner-up, I'm going to have to say Javion Johnson and Davis.
Yeah.
Even though he missed those couple of games, he's had a big season. You can't forget Bogny. You can't forget, what Whitaker's did, Webb, Jones.
I haven't seen Damari play in a month. I don't know how you could put him as runner-up.
No, I said he's the number one.
I said runner-up. You said Hood is number one.
Oh yeah, Davis is runner up.
I don't see how you could possibly do that.
He played 8 games.
No, he didn't.
He got hurt against who? Sterling?
You're telling me he's only missed 2 games?
He missed Port Arthur. Oh, you're right. He missed Port Arthur Memorial United Ball. And he played Sterling, didn't he?
He hasn't played since Westbrook, and he missed a couple of games before that with the ankle injury.
No, forget about that. Yeah, you got to go.
Sam?
I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just
Man, I don't want to pick you, but I like them all. I love them all like they're my own.
I hear you.
But
Picking a favorite child.
who would be Nancy, this is an honest question. Who would be your teammate of the year award?
Well, I would need a definition of that.
Just stood out on the field, stood out to you on the sidelines, all the moments that matter. Who would that be?
But definitely Barraza gets a vote.
Yep.
Yes. Bogny.
Bogny would get a vote for sure. And I probably, however, would turn my vote over to Chance Horace if I had to.
Yeah, Horace.
I would slide with my man, number 5 in your program. That's just me.
Trey, you want to pull the brackets up?
I got the brackets up.
Oh, God.
When you want
more technology.
Let's go now.
Which bracket are we headed to first?
We're going to go 5A Division 2. We can go
5A
5A Division 1, 6A Division 2, 6A Division 1.
So our bracket first or who?
No, Division 2.
Okay, so that is Nacogdoches. Did they get in?
Yeah, Nacogdoches plays PNG Friday night.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't have game times. It just has the matchups.
Well, they don't need it. But when is the last time the Dragons been in the playoffs?
Couldn't tell you.
It has to have been a minute.
Yeah. Mount Pleasant got in. They played Montgomery. Take the background off. I'll share the screen.
How about South Oak Cliff and PNG in the regional finals? If that happens,
Yeah,
it'd be another matchup again. I watched them play last year in Nacogdoches at SFA.
I was about to say, is there any way we can get that at the Abe?
Yeah, I know they tried to go to PV first. PV denied them. They tried to go somewhere else, and then it ended up at SFA. We got that new turf there. We should be able to pull a big game, and I think that should be one of them.
Yeah, we got one Friday night.
Just looking at 5A Division 2 on both sides.
You want to get the background off so they can see it.
I don't know how to do that, Pots. You're asking me to do something that's way above my pay grade. Yeah, we ain't got to, okay. However you did that. Looks good.
Yeah.
So you look at 5A Division 2 and Region 1, Region 2 side, it's a no-brainer. Nobody's going to beat South Oak Cliff. Look what they've done this year. They beat a handful of powerhouse teams. And then you go to the other side of the bracket, you go to Region 3, Region 4, and I just think you're going to get that South Oak Cliff. And that Region 3 and Region 4 bracket, it's going to be a toss-up. I want my guy, Jerry Stanford, at Texas High to make a run. But I think when you look at it all the way around, I don't see anybody on here that's going to beat South. I just hate to be like that. Liberty Hill.
PNG could.
PNG's not beat South Oak Cliff.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying if that game is in the area and we don't have one, I would go.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely. I went last year by myself.
He did.
Nobody wanted to go.
Well, I didn't know
who's making it out of Region 3 and 4?
I don't know. South Oak Cliff came out. They beat North Shore. They lose to Duncanville by a touchdown. They beat Longview, and they lost. They roll through their district every year. They play a pretty good Crandall team Friday night. But if you look at that side of the bracket, I really don't know. I want Texas High to make a run, but you got Waco University over there, and they're a pretty good team. Don't know. Bernie's back. Bernie's a good football team. They're going to play some really good ball. I don't know. If I had to take a guess, I'm going to say Bernie.
I would say Gregory Portland.
Oh, yeah, Portland's supposed to be pretty. They're supposed to make a run this year. I saw Dave Campbell had a lot of them picking Portland.
That would be my selection from Region 3 and 4, and I think the winner of that will play P&G or South Oak for the championship.
Let's go to Division 1. This gets interesting.
Well, it gets interesting because we know more about it.
Well, it's really a toss-up on our side of the bracket. You don't know who's going to make that run. There's a lot of good football teams. You look at the top, look at the top of Region 1, and you go all the way down to Region 2, and, there's Highland Park's in there, and that's, Highland Park's a team that when it comes to the playoffs, they have the experience that overweighs a lot of programs, and you got Frisco Lone Star that has, been really good since they've opened. And then you go to the top of the bracket, and Alito's going to be there. There's just no question about it. They're going to go out with a bang before they move up to 6A.
I think it's Alito and Lone Star.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good football game. We might have to make that trip if your shoulder's back in shape.
Oh, man, I'm an athlete, brother. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
And then you go to our side of the bracket, and obviously I'm going to take Lufkin, but if, that doesn't happen, I really don't. I think Port Arthur Memorial is going to make a run, but I just, that game 2, that round 2 against Anna Consolidated is going to tell a lot right there. And then Angleton and College Station, round 1, Angleton's down their quarterback. College Station's got hot at the right time, so you really don't know.
Well, they pulled off one win that really changed the whole dynamic of who's playing who, because if they don't beat Weiss is the 1 seed. But somehow they got on a roll, you're right, and beat Weiss at home, and that sent Weiss to the 4 seed. But having said all that, last year we had a lot of expectations, and we thought our district was going to roll into round 3. Well, we're going to get a rematch with such and such. And at the end of the day, all 4 of us, obviously week 1, got smoked outside of Galveston Ball. Everybody got smoked in round 2. And that's what I want to – I mean, that's the most interesting part. Who's going to be able to get past the hump in round 2? Because everybody – those 4 games are going to all be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get a Barbers Hill versus Austin Anderson in round 2. You're gonna get a Lufkin, and that game's much of a toss-up right there. You hate to pick a team right there because you never know what can happen. Pflugerville Weiss, coming out and beating Austin Anderson in their last game of the season. Didn't you have Weiss winning that game, Nasty?
I haven't watched either one of them yet. I really haven't. So
didn't you have Weiss beat Anderson?
Well, no, I had Anderson winning the district.
Yeah, okay. You had Anderson winning the district.
I didn't say who was beating who. I had Anderson winning the district and getting the 1 seed, and he had everybody else.
Yeah. And then you look at College Station and Angleton, that's going to be a really good football game. If we could be at 2 places at the same time, I would want to be at LaPorte and Weiss and College Station and Angleton, I think.
Well, I can tell you right now, if I wasn't having shoulder surgery tomorrow, we would definitely be at LaPorte.
Oh, it would be a no-brainer. Yeah. We'd be rolling down there Friday.
You're going to have to pick me up Friday about 6, and we'll stop by Tia Juanita's and get food, and then we'll have to come over and watch it on the back porch.
Yeah, we'll get that right GMC pickup and get on the back porch. And once that game's over, we get a little late-night snack. We'll go over to Waterbury and get some taquitos.
Talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Can't. We've had a lot of nights like that, lately.
Well, I got to get it okay by Mama for me to leave the house Friday, but I think I can put my foot down.
We'll get your medicine.
I got 5 scripts. I was like, it's just shoulder surgery. 5 pain medicines? What are you trying to knock me down or something?
Another good game that sticks out a lot. You're going to get that round 2 Anna Consolidated and Port Arthur Memorial game. And that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, we don't even know who's going to be in it yet, though. That's the part about next week's show is going to be phenomenal. We're going to get to do some in-depth research because I'll be sitting on my butt for a week, and I'll have a lot of stuff broken down for you. But this week, we don't know who's going to be in the second round yet other than all 4 teams out of our region, our district.
I'll tell you one thing. Whoever's playing Alito in the state championship game will be coming from Region 3. It will not be coming from Region 4.
You don't think so?
No.
It did last year.
I don't think Smithson. Can't count Smithson Valley out, but I think Region 3, this is our year to make it there.
We shall see. Yeah, we all thought the same thing last year, but didn't Angleton up beating the semifinals, I believe, didn't they?
Yep. Let's roll over to 6A Division 2. This is a no-brainer to me. I'm going to step out on a limb and say South Lake Carroll wins Division 2, but I was reading today, you're going to get a really good third-round game when South Lake has to match up, play a Prosper team. Prosper has been rolling this year. And South Lake Carroll, obviously, this is probably one of the best teams that they've had in a long time, just all around. I know they were very young last year and they made a run, made it to the state championship game and lost to a very good Austin Vandergrift team. But I think this is the year of the Dragons.
It normally is.
Yeah. History's an indicator. It usually is.
Well, they haven't won it in a long time. They've been there a lot, but they haven't won it in a long time. I think the last time South Lakes won a state championship was like 2015.
Well, my history on South Lake Carroll is not very up to date because I really don't get
2011.
Well, Jalen's part dragon, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I got a lot of dragon in it, man. I got a lot of it in it. I'm a big fan of what
You
Riley
got a lot of
does.
bandwagon in you. That's what you got.
He's a Dragon fan. He's a Lakers fan. He's a Yankees fan.
Yes. I'm talking about front runner.
What is this right here? Y'all don't give any of the 5 people watching any bulletin board material. Pods. I'm not going to go there. We got a lot more than 5 people watching this show. Who y'all like at 6A Division 2?
Longview.
Longview is going to be lucky.
Is Vandergrift any good this year?
So I talked to a guy at Westlake today, and they're young. They're not as physical and fast as they were last year. You're going to get Austin Westlake versus Vandergrift in the first round Friday night. And I was on that show Saturday. They called it the car dealerships versus the boat dealerships.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a very interesting game.
Silver spoon versus gold spoon in the mouth? You mean, what do you mean?
Austin Westlake's on the boat dealership. Vandergrift's the car dealerships.
I understand.
Who you got 6A Division 2?
I hate rooting for South Lake Carroll, so I'm going to try not to do that. I'm hoping the guy at Prosper can pull that upset off. I don't know if he can, but I would love to see that. And then, of course, you got Denton Geyer up there as well. So there's a lot of things to roll with.
There's a team that we can't forget, the Woodlands College Park.
Yeah.
They rolled through that district this year. They had to forfeit a game for an ineligible kid. Apparently the paperwork wasn't found right, so they had to forfeit one game, but they still won the district championship. And they look loaded.
Well, we'll find out in the third round if they get there because DeSoto will be waiting on them to smack them down a couple of notches.
Or Longview.
Man, I didn't think it when we saw it in round 1 or the first game, and the scores I've seen, I've never seen a Longview defense give up 70.
Yeah.
Who's it against?
North Forney or 68? Wasn't it?
It was a track meet. North Forney has Legend Bay at quarterback, and he is decommitted this week, and he will be headed to the Ohio State University this year.
Well, they played great players before, not giving up 60-something points.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But he's a 10-2 guy.
I mean, did Reggie McNeil hang 70 on him?
Pods, I was 1 year old.
1 year old, boy.
Like,
yeah.
You asking a lot out of me.
Call Big O, he'll tell you.
Let's roll over to 6A Division One.
Big boys.
That's where it gets tricky at.
Oh.
You look at that Region 1, you're going to get a North Crowley versus Allen game to go to the state championship.
North Crowley and Allen will be.
There'll be a semifinal game.
Yeah.
And
Well, apparently North Forney's going to win it all. Nobody can stop them.
North Forney, you think? Oh,
North Forney and
North Forney will play. They will play Duncanville. No. You're gonna get a district championship match off again. You're gonna get Waxahachie and Duncanville.
oh,
I don't see it.
You don't think it'll happen?
Mm-mm.
I do like North Forney a lot, but Waxahachie has got hot at the right time, and I think that's going to be a very, very good football game. I'm not counting my guy Coach Shavers out. I've got a lot of faith in them. They knocked off Longview, and that is going to be one of the games we need to go watch if we can. Long as it doesn't interfere with the Lufkin football schedule, we need to get on the road and go watch that. Another good game is going to be Cy Ranch and Klein in round one. Nick Cabuti takes over the Klein Bearcats and faces the district champs, Cy Ranch, the Mustangs, my guy, Coach Blaylock over there. And that is going to be a really good football game because if you know Nick Cabuti, he is going to line up and he's going to run the ball a lot. And Cy Ranch has the number one defense in that district, and they are loaded.
Well, something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
how's the Woodlands this year?
Nothing.
Whack.
They're not that good.
That makes
They'll
sense.
win the first game.
I'm not gonna say they're not that good, but I watched them win the they beat.
Klein Collins will give him a honey washing next week.
I can't remember who the Woodlands beat, but I watched them win the state 7-on-7 tournament, and they got some big kids. But when you put the pads on, that fundamental football goes out the window, and it's a big difference right there. You see Rockwall missed the playoffs this year?
Didn't they beat Highland Park?
I think Heath beat. I don't remember. I think Heath beat Highland Park. I don't know.
So you're telling me Waxahachie and North Forney are going to play in round 2?
Yes.
Well, that could be in the hundreds.
Yes.
Well, sounds like we might have to get us a little Whataburger bet on that one. I'll roll with North Forney.
I'll take. I like both those coaches. I had them both on live for the Pines, Coach Charleston and Coach Shavers. So you're gonna roll with North Forney. I'll roll with Waxahachie, and it don't change my love for both those teams, but I like Whataburger
I'm
a
thinking
lot.
North Forney and Duncanville in round 4.
So what's my limit at Whataburger?
Well, it can't be more than you spend at Taco Bell, so
That is a spoon order. That's a spoon order.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
Man, it's just
So you're saying the winner of 6A Division 1 is coming out of Region 1 or 2?
Well, Duncanville's in. I've got North Forney and Duncanville in the quarters, in the semis, or in the regional finals, and in Region 1.
you got North.
I'm surely you're on.
and that's
North
Crowley
Crowley.
and Allen.
I don't know.
I'm taking North Crowley and Allen.
I'll have to do a little bit more research on that.
You got a Region
I'll
3.
tell you right now, next Wednesday live for the Pines, I'm coming in loaded.
Region 3. Man, North Shore just got shut out at home last game of the season versus North Shore. Summer Creek. And Atascocita they got to play Dickinson round 1. That's going to be a really good game.
Nah.
Our guy Chris Doggett will be prepared and ready to go to war Friday.
He's going to be needed.
You can't forget full shoot. But, Matt Stepp, I did not know this about Ridge Point until I talked to them Sunday. Ridge Point is apparently supposed to be the real deal. They got a lot of ex-NFL babies over there playing for them, and apparently their defensive line is a freak of nature that we need to be paying attention to. That one is going to be a toss-up. That's going to be it's going to be a lot of good football play than, Region 4.
Who's good over there? Round Rock?
Now, they said they like San Antonio Johnson. My guy Eli Reinhardt over there with Hutto, getting them back in the playoffs.
What about this 2A Division I barn burner?
Who's over there?
I mean, you got Centerville and Joaquin slugging it out this week. Joaquin went to the semifinals last year.
Joaquin? Talk about Joaquin?
You got Garrison and the people from wherever God's country is getting it on. I still think God must have got lost in Corrigan, so they called it God's country.
You got Groton and St. Augustine.
The winner gets Wascom or Cooper. I mean, we got some. I'm just saying, it's going to.
You look down there at the bottom. Ganado won a state championship last year. You got Refugio down there. You can't forget about them.
It always comes out of Region 4 pods. It's either Mason, Refugio, or Shiner.
What about Region 2? You got Frankston down there.
Frankston's in Region 2 now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, big boy's coaching. What's his name? He's from Jacksonville. They're like top 5. I don't think they've lost all year.
I get lost in 2A football, so I don't know.
Yeah, Frankston looks like they got Hamilton will be a handful, that's for sure.
You talking about Paul Good?
Gold.
Paul Gold?
Gold, that's his name, yep.
You can't forget where they at? They got to be somewhere in there. Or is that 3A, Mount Enterprise?
No, they're 2A Division 1, I think.
No, they're
playing here Friday night. That's our former Lufkin Panther quarterback.
Josh Bennett.
My boy JB.
Yeah, they're Division 2. They got West Hardin. They'll get the winner out of Chilton and Clarksville.
Good Lord. They're in the same region with Chilton and Clarksville. Where are they meeting to play?
You got Epadale and Lovelady round 1.
That'll be a killing.
Mm-hmm.
Lovelady will take them 2 counties behind the woodshed.
You got Shiner and Ben Bolt playing. Shiner just won them a state championship.
I'd love to see somebody try to pronounce all these names.
My CKT's in the playoffs, baby. They're going to bust up Hardin. No, I'm kidding. They're going to get ran out of there. And the number 1 quarterback in the nation's in Westwood. They're playing East Chambers.
He just committed to Texas Tech. Gonna play a little basketball and a little football over there.
Number 1 in the nation. It couldn't even be Fairfield, Texas. I just don't get it. You got a coach that's cheating, and you got the number 1 quarterback in the nation. You can't beat Fairfield Eagles.
Yeah.
Maybe they meet again in the quarters and see who can outlast it. There are some good matchups, though, this week. Do we only have one game here in Lufkin?
I believe so.
Well, that's all good. What about Saturday afternoon before we turn over to college? What do y'all we got any predictions or what's going on down there? Of course, we're going to get the replay of this coming up Saturday at 12 o'clock. But we're going to get there early and start doing a little grilling or cooking or something, right?
Yes, Sadliner's having a big tailgate. Shout out to our guy, Teller Sullivan. Going to sponsor a little meat for us, and we're going to do some barbecue. He's going to do the barbecue. We're going to do the heating up.
There you go.
Now, I know I go get most of my Whataburgers or my burgers at Whataburgers, but I also want to – my boys over there on Fridays, the burgers are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. Does Bob like those burgers?
Man, Bob don't like to eat meat unless it's somebody else's, and then he'll eat it. But that don't count because he didn't order it. Kind of like a woman. Avery, or maybe it's an Indian thing because Avery does the same thing. They don't count if I didn't order it. I'm like, let me count your calories up. It will count.
You know, last week I was looking at the pick'em we did, and we swept the board with Tech. We swept the board with Tulane. Cole decided to go Memphis, and then we swept the board with Alabama. And then we took me and Cole took Clemson. Y'all took Florida State, and then I took Missouri, and y'all took A&M. But I want to say one thing about that Missouri team. If he could complete a pass,
if they weren't on their third string quarterback, they'd be pretty good.
It's their third quarterback, and the number one tight end in the draft next year wasn't playing. Like that wasn't even a fair fight. Yeah. Their third quarterback, their best player on offense, and I thought that was one of the easiest picks of the weekend. I'm so sick of Clemson, I can't get right with Clemson.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. They get Louisville this week. I got the board pulled up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just can't. Whether it's on them or against them, I'm wrong every single freaking week. Last week we had a couple of good ones, or that mattered anyway. But you mentioned the Aggies getting the win. Oregon saved their season late at Iowa. That was a winner we had. I'll tell you, Vanderbilt, I thought they were dead to rights. Auburn they come flying back and win in overtime, almost like they did to Texas. And How about Alabama only winning by 11 against LSU? That wasn't very promising either.
They got a big one this week.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. This is a much better week. You got Notre Dame, Michigan. We'll see.
Taking 5 hours. Now you got Notre Dame at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Pittsburgh.
Top 25 matchups.
You start the morning off. You go Clemson and Louisville, and I think Louisville is going to.
That's Friday. Louisville minus 2.5, and Minnesota is going to Oregon. That's a minus 25.5 affair. That's not going to be good. PJ Fleck.
You got Indiana and Wisconsin.
That's a no-brainer.
You go A&M and South Carolina.
That's a no-brainer.
Notre Dame at Pitt. That is going to be a hard one to pick. Pitt is playing some good football.
They got another quarterback back there. Game day will be there, so there'll be some juice at 11.
I'm taking Pitt.
I don't know.
You go Michigan at Northwestern.
Notre Dame's look good.
South Florida at Navy. That is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
You go Arizona at Cincinnati. Let's see where the big game is. Arkansas at LSU. How many points can Petrino put up on LSU?
The big one at 2:30 is Oklahoma traveling to Tuscaloosa. And I just wish – I mean, this CBS really messed up. I miss it. I miss the SEC on CBS. I don't know why. The music sounds better, the intro.
It's confusing.
Now it's going to be – it's at ABC. I don't know who's calling that game. That feels like the Herb Street game.
I will be interested to see which games our boy Cooper picks on the slate this week.
That's a good one.
Oklahoma and Alabama.
USC, Iowa will be another one.
You went way up the slate.
What? Oh, I'm not pulling up all of them. It's just the ranked ones.
I'm just going through the times. We got.
I'm reading today. USC still has a chance to make the playoff bracket.
USC's at 5-1 in the Big Ten, and I don't think they have to play anybody but Iowa now. And
yeah,
so like they could possibly be in the Big Ten championship game.
Well, they got to go to Oregon next week. They got to win both games.
Oh, they go to Oregon. I knew they had one big one left.
But if they win those 3 games, I mean, they're pretty much set.
Yeah,
as bad as they've been. So who are we liking in these games? I got to tell you, I see a couple upsets brewing here.
I like Alabama.
Iowa's got to go to L.A. I like Alabama. It just kind of depends on what Matier shows up. Post surgery hasn't been great.
I like Iowa.
The biggest game in Ole Miss history is at 6:30.
He's not going to Florida.
It is.
How do you know?
No one knows. That's the thing.
I'm just gonna say he's not going to Florida because
Is Vegas usually wrong?
Well, he's second on the list at LSU behind Saban. And yes, Vegas is wrong a lot.
Nasty, if you had to pick between the two jobs, where would you be going?
I need to know the money.
They're going to make him the highest paid coach.
About the money.
Whether he stays or goes, he's going to be the highest paid coach in college football.
Listen to me. If you're good at what you do, you have ego. And if you have ego, you want to be the number one guy. That's just the way these guys roll. So is the money going to be within a couple of million at either spot, and it's not going to be number one over Ohio State or Texas? Then why would you not just stay at Ole Miss? Because there's less pressure.
That's the money's going to be pretty much the same anywhere he goes. It's going to be just shy of 15. He's going to be the highest paid coach in college football.
I'm going to Baton Rouge.
I think but
Baton Rouge is a dumpster fire as an organization.
Do you think I want to listen to Tom Petty or Garth Brooks calling Baton Rouge?
Tom Petty.
Yeah, I'd rather Lil Wayne's from New Orleans too. They ought to cue him up.
They got Nick.
They do.
What about
you already have all the Ole Miss pundits on all the little podcasts saying this is the biggest game in school history. Because the thing is, Ole Miss, they lose this game, they're not in the playoffs, and Lane Kiffin's a month earlier into Gainesville.
They're going to the Citrus Bowl.
Exactly, and he's gone. So
what about
that? But 6:30 is the one that'll be very intriguing.
Well, after our game, are we going to hang around somewhere and watch?
No.
What?
We're flying back to Lufkin.
What's wrong with y'all? They're
playing Georgia.
Jalen said, and I quote, "I want to be in my underwear, under a blanket, with a drink in my hand, watching it on my recliner."
Wouldn't you rather just watch it somewhere like Hooters?
No.
Oh my God! I'm about to work on YouTube, boys.
The
game is better with scenery.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna be in a sling, and I'd rather have scenery.
No.
I'm gonna give you a couple pain pills. I'll drive down there, and then we'll see what's going down. Yes, that's where I would watch the game.
All right.
We can go to church, do a little praying, and then go watch it at Hooters.
No.
Trey, we might need to take 2 cars.
Yes, y'all might need to, because I promise you, as soon as we win that game and load that trailer,
he's going to be driving about mock Jesus up 59.
I got to tell you, riding with that boy scares the absolute hell out of me. I can't even look.
You got to distract yourself.
I cannot even look.
We get there. We got good insurance.
Well, I'm going to Tijuanitas when I get back to watch it then. I can just tell you that.
I'm about to go pick up some chicken and sausage gumbo from Tia's and come home, take a shower, get in bed, and get ready for Saturday.
I'm going to be watching these guys play.
I feel so bad for your daughter that she's not going to have Lane Kiffin next year.
I already told her that. She said, why? And I just sent back a little cabbage sign. Y'all can go from 11-1 to 1-11.
Yep.
Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in with us tonight. We've enjoyed it. It is playoff time in the state of Texas. The Panthers will be on 59 Saturday, headed to Butler Stadium to take on Houston Westbury. And we will have a full-out tailgate going. And we will have that tunnel blown up, ready to go to work. Please tune in before the game and lucky game time. Nasty, will you tell everybody about the big news?
What's that?
Jam Media.
Oh, well, I want to tell everybody first, tune us in before the games at 12:30 to replay this one. But next week, I am research. I'm coming with documentation next week. We will break down any bracket y'all want to next week. I will have it laid out, predictions, and where we're rolling with the state playoffs next Wednesday. So you're not going to want to miss that. If we're able to win, we know where that's going to be headed as well, I do believe. So all good things going. But, yes, the good news is I think we have permission from UIL to do this game. But going forward, Mr. Bond and all the guys at GM Digital Media have worked out a agreement with Dave Campbell's. No matter what sport, if Lufkin Panthers are playing in a playoff game, we will be able to broadcast it. Now, you may have to buy some of that from the Dave Campbell website, but it will be $9.99. That's an agreement for this year with football, baseball, basketball, softball, any sport playoff game we got. It'll be right here, and we'll be doing it. That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you all again for tuning in tonight. We'll let Gary finish it off and take us out of here.
Tia Juanita's Whataburger and Wright Buick GMC, baby. Give them a shout out. Stop in and see them and tell them the guys from Live from the Pines sent you by. And let's get that first win. Panthers in that playoff Saturday at 2. We'll see you there.
See you.